Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com. We haven't done a video analysis in quite a while. We've kind of had a little bit of a dry season here because of the summer and fall. Typically, we get a lot of video analysis requests during the winter and spring track seasons, but it was really nice to get an email from this gentleman here who kind of wanted to remain nameless, but got a video from this gentleman here who is looking to get some help on his discus. So we're going to go through the video real quick, and as always, we're going to go through it kind of in real time just to show you what it looks like, and then we're going to break it down and go kind of frame by frame. Try to give 2 or 3 big things that this guy needs to work on to kind of see some better improvements and to see some better distance in his throws. So you can see this is sort of a drill where he's turning out of the back and then going to go into his South African part of the throw. So let's take a look. This is a slow motion video that he sent me. So this is full speed, as full of speed as I can put it in. Okay, so right away you see that big leaning back at the end. Let's take a look at that again. Let's pull that back here. It's got that big leaning back at the end. Let's see what's going on in the back of the circle. So discus is back behind his right hip. You can see he leads with that left hand, which is what I like. Yeah, it's a little bit too much of a spin for my liking. Yeah, and in the middle of the circle, that right foot's not doing too much. So let's take a look here. Let's bring it back to kind of the start of the throw. Now, first thing I want to say is definitely try to get yourself a pair of throwing shoes. These shoes look like they have a lot of traction on the bottom. It's going to make it very hard to turn out of the back, and it's going to make it very hard to turn in the middle of your throw. And that's one of the things I'm seeing is when this right foot gets to the middle, it almost stops and kind of lifts off the ground. It's probably going to be a heck of a lot easier to turn in the middle if you get a good pair of throwing shoes. You can find them online used, barely used a lot of times on eBay, places like that. You can even go to Amazon, try to see if you can get last year's models. And there's a bunch of places that you can go to, catalog type companies that might have last year's models that they're getting rid of cheap. So try to get some throwing shoes. You can find them all different prices, and you can find them super cheap if you really look hard. So let's take a look here. So we can see here he's pulling back. I like how the discus is behind his hip. I'd like to see the discus a little bit higher. It's a little bit too close to your hips for my liking. I like it a little bit higher, kind of in that scarecrow position where you've got your arms all the way out. This way here, you can see the discus does come up a little bit, but see how close it is to your body? See how it's kind of too close to your butt? Try to get that arm up a little bit. But let's see the back of the circle. So you can see right off the bat, this is going to be more of a spin. Okay, so we're looking for more of a drive, more of a straight ahead run down the middle of that circle. There's a video that I've talked about on here many times that I will put a link to, and it's the John Gadina wall drill, W-A-L-L, excuse my New England accent, wall drill. And that's going to teach you to drive down the circle instead of spinning around out of the back. And you can see here, you're leading with that left arm, which I like, but your cheek and your ear is sort of glued to your left shoulder, and you're starting to look for the back of the circle a little bit too early. So it just becomes a spin with your upper body instead of a run or a drive across that circle. So that wall drill is really going to help you out. The other thing that goes along with the wall drill is kind of leading with the inside of your right foot. So you can see here, you're spinning and running. You're kind of driving with your right knee. That right knee it almost looks like you're gonna like try to knee somebody in the stomach. That knee is driving first. We really want to see a wide right leg, a wide sweeping leg. So that right leg should be out here, and you should be leading with the inside of that right foot, almost like you're gonna kind of like, I don't know, kick a field goal or kick a soccer ball or pass a soccer ball with the inside of your right foot, not with the top of the foot and with the knee. So again, there's another video that I'll link to this as well, which kind of shows that leading with the inside of the right foot, turning it into a drive with that Gadina wall drill. Now here's the big thing I want to talk about, and that's when you get to the middle of the circle. So you see your right foot comes down in the middle of the circle, and you over rotate. So I like to see the right foot when it touches down in the middle pointing this way, pointing towards 3 o'clock. If the back of the circle is 12, this is 3, 6, 9. And we talked about this in a previous video with, it was a very long, detailed video about the roll of the right foot. Now, at this point, your foot is already kind of pointing where it should be when you're in the power position, but you're not in the power position. You're not there yet. So this right foot is going to stop. And if you watch, see how the right foot doesn't really do anything? It's just kind of sitting there. So the right foot just kind of sits there the entire time and is waiting for your left foot to come through. So when the right foot sits there, one of two things is going to happen. Number one is you're going to shift a lot of weight onto your left foot. Or number two, and what happens in this case, which is also, I think, has to do with the shoes that you're wearing, is when you get to this position, you see how you're kind of shifting onto your left, falling onto your left? Okay, your left foot's down on the ground. Now watch what happens. The left foot's going to continue to come down. Here, you're going to ground that left foot, which is fantastic. And what a great looking position. I mean, look at the discus is back behind your hip. Your left foot is grounded. It's all the way down on the ground. Your left arm is clearing out of the way. Watch how you pick the right foot up off the ground, and you kind of get into this kind of backwards C banana kind of position. See how the right foot's coming off the ground? So right here, you're probably not able to push any more through the ground. You're probably not able to create any more force through the ground because your foot's coming off the ground. And let's take a look. Your foot's off the ground the entire time, and let's watch to see when you release the discus. So this whole time, your foot's been off the ground, and here's the release right there. So that entire time your foot's been off the ground, you're trying to push your body forward. You're trying to get your weight all the way onto your left. You're trying to throw those hips forward, but you don't have anything to push with. You're pushing against air. So you're not able to push because your foot's off the ground. So you're not able to push your body and transfer all the way onto that left foot. So this is one of the big issues here that I think needs to be corrected right away, is to kind of start off doing your standing throws with your right foot facing 9 o'clock, and then just doing that 90-degree turn down the middle, working on shifting weight, transferring weight. Then go to a mirror turn or a half turn position, start at the foot facing 3 o'clock, and then do that kind of 3/4 turn, that 270-degree turn, and work on keeping the right foot on the ground, really grinding your right foot into the ground. That's where throwing shoes are going to help so you don't wreck these shoes. So keep rotating around that 270 degrees, that 3/4 turn, all the way around. And then when you come out of the back of the circle with that big sweep, you're going to try to land with your foot facing over at 3 o'clock, just like it would be in the half turn. So instead of the foot facing kind of over here at like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, your foot's going to be facing over here at 3 o'clock. And then you're going to have that habit of turning that 3/4 turn, that 270-degree turn. That's going to help you keep your foot on the ground. It's going to help you to keep your weight back. It's going to help to produce more force into the ground. And it's going to help as you turn that knee down the middle and turn your hip down the middle and everything goes down the middle. If the foot's on the ground, you'll be able to push your weight forward and actually transfer weight from your right onto your left. Here you're trying to transfer onto your left. You're pushing against air. There's no way you can do it, and it results in that big leaning back kind of throw. So up above this whole video, you have seen me posting the little pop-ups there, the little cards that pop up that link to the Gadina wall drill and that link to the roll of the right foot in the middle of the circle. Definitely watch those videos just to learn a little bit more about what should be happening and what it should look like. and that's going to really help to add a lot of distance onto your throws. I think based on what you emailed me last night, your PR is just a little over 140 feet. So I think you'd easily be able to add another 10 to 20 feet by the end of spring, get into that 160 range if you just work on those small corrections. Especially getting throwing shoes is going to help you out quite a bit. And the roll of the right foot as it comes out of the back, as it sweeps out of the back of the circle, and as it lands in the correct positioning in the middle to get you to rotate that 3/4 turn and keep that foot on the ground and apply force the entire time, that's going to be a huge, huge impact for you. So that's what I got for you today. Thank you again for sending in the video. It's nice to get one this kind of early in the season, or late in the fall if you want to say that. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or if anybody else watching this video questions, please feel free to click the comment section and leave a comment down below. Up on the screen popping up, there are videos that go to other things that can help you out. There is the subscribe button. Please click that button and the notification bell. That helps us out quite a bit. And there's also something that's going to be popping up on our throwing camps that are happening in June and July of 2020. All right, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. Any questions, leave them down below, and I will talk to you soon.